Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I'm going to do a short follow-up on the Hellcat Pro. When I did the original video on this gun, it had arrived too late for us to get it to the range, so I had to do the review, talk about the specs and the details without any range information. And I did get it to the range last night and have that information to share. I'm also going to answer a few questions that have come up in the various comments, and this is the easiest way to do it, so just put it on the video. If you're interested in knowing all the details about the Hellcat Pro, I'll put a link in the description to the video with all the details, and I'll also have a link in that video to this one talking about the range experience and answering a few questions. So overall, let's start with the range experience. It was wonderful to shoot. It was easy to group well. You could see from the intro group, it was easy to pull a tight group with it, and I was using this red dot just as it came. So took it out of the box, cleaned it, oiled it, took it to the range. The very first shots I fired with this gun, the very first rounds, I'll put that at the end of this video, and you'll see that my group was still nice and tight, it was just a little low. So I had to learn how to adapt to where it printed. Now I can adjust the red dot, and as I mentioned in that video, the red dot, it doesn't come with it in the retail version, but it does come optics ready. So you put the red dot of your choice on it, and of course you're going to have to zero it. But just taking it out of the box and not doing anything, it was really easy to pull nice tight groups with this and stay right on target. It handled recoil well, it was comfortable to shoot, and it was reliable from the first round to the last round. So you'll look at all the different range footage and you can kind of see for yourself. I didn't try to disable the red dot or remove the red dot to do it with just the iron sights, because the dot's there and it takes precedence. When the dot's there, it kind of overrides the sights. I would have had to remove the red dot to try the iron sights. But these are the same sights that are on the regular Hellcats, and I've used those sights, and they actually work quite well. So I have no doubt that if you choose to buy this without the red dot and use the iron sights, they're going to work well for you. A few of the questions that have come up, to kind of clarify, this holds 15 rounds. So there's the 15 round magazine, and it's flush. And I had kind of compared it to taking on a Glock 19. The reason I chose that particular one to compare to is it holds 15 rounds just like the Glock 19, but this is smaller in every dimension, including weight. There were a few key people that had commented, well, why don't you compare it to the Glock 48 or the P365 XL? So I'm going to do full comparison videos to these different guns, but just a quick comparison of why I chose one over the other. If I put the Glock 48 over the Hellcat, it completely hides it. If I flip it around the other way, you'll see that it's bigger than the Hellcat in every dimension. It's about the same thickness, roughly. I think the Glock 48 may be 0.1 inches thicker, but overall they're about the same thickness. The Hellcat Pro holds 15 rounds. This only holds 10. Now, yeah, there's a third-party magazine out there that holds 15 rounds, but you have to buy the third-party magazine, and you have to change the magazine release. This, all you have to do is buy the gun, take it home, clean it, oil it, take it to the range. So from a comparison purposes, just talking about just basic dimensions and capacity, the Hellcat Pro kind of stomps the Glock 48 into the dark ages. The other one that was discussed was the P365 XL, which actually is a hair smaller than the Hellcat Pro. Just a little bit, not much. It's kind of lower at the back, higher at the front. Probably averages out to be just a hair smaller, and of course they're drifting a little bit. It's kind of hard to compare these by putting them upside down because they both got red dots on them. But if you just take a look at it, they're roughly the same size. Okay, so would they be comparable? 12 rounds, 15 rounds, lighter than this, and a hair smaller. Now, the other thing that's going to come up is, well, you can get a 15 round magazine for the P365 XL, and you're right. Got one right here. Once you put that thing in there, you can see the difference. So you're really going to pay the price in length for that extra couple rounds. So yes, the P365 XL is roughly comparable, but the Hellcat is, again, pretty much smaller in all dimensions. So this coming in as a real strong contender into that micro compact territory, taking on entrenched compacts like the Glock 19 and the newer micro compacts like the P365 XL, the Glock 48, the 43X, which are very similar in grip height. So Springfield, when they came out with this thing, kind of came in strong and took on not just one or two dimensions of that market, but kind of really attacked all the dimensions of that market. So in summary, I think this is going to be a really strong contender now that it's out there along with the regular Hellcat. If you're looking for all the details, disassembly, all the internals, the specs and everything, please look at the other video using the link in the description, and look forward to some more detailed comparisons between the Glock 48, the P365, the Glock 19, and several of the other guns that are competing in this territory. Beyond that, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell to be notified if you do. Check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Getter, Instagram, Twitter, kind of everywhere. And thank you.